Hello everyone, this is Fireswamp, and earlier today I got a request to play this level, Pioneer 3 Exploit by Heisenberg, on camera, so I'm going to do exactly that. So, without further ado, let's just jump into the level. So, this level was described to me as very difficult. Way more difficult than previous maps. And my first gut instinct... Okay, so shield gen. So... Actually, I'll get back. I'll deal with that in a second. So... What do I want to say? Last time when I made a video on how I tackled hard levels, things kind of got cut short because the level was easier than I was anticipating. And... I want to actually do this, I want to do this a bit more properly, where I go, because a lot of the individual, minor, what I'm doing in the moment, I thought I was describing fairly well, but I missed some of the kind of more overarching strategies. So, my first run, my goal is really just to get information. If I end up beating the map, I end up beating the map. Great, I'm going to try and beat the map. But, if I don't, it's not the end of the world. So... that's what I'm going to be trying to do. So I'm just going to look through the map, and I'm just going to see what I've got. So we've got high grounds around here. So if I would like hold, then I would need to hold 3 of the points. Corner's probably the easiest. There. I could go here. So this is kind of one of those very... Okay, so top left is an... It seems like a terrible choice. Actually, let's pause into the editor just so I can see the actual parameters on these. So Green Arm Mother, yeah, that's accelerated Green Arm Mother. This one is accelerated Green Arm Mother. Yeah, these are all accelerated Green Arm Mothers. So, middle just makes so much sense. The one limitation is energy. And, yeah, the problem is that 2 Ultra Caps are really good early game, especially because this area is really defensive. You have 1 emitter here, and then that's really it. I guess this is kind of close, but... Over here, you could actually kill the Skimmer Factory. You have 3 hold bases, so you can actually get the hold objective. I just feel like the game wants you to start here. Okay, now... What's in here? Unlock the wolf. Which one's the wolf again? Oh, those ones that take a shit ton of ARG. Yeah, no. Not as interested in those. Okay. What's this one? Nothing. Okay, thank you, game. You launcher. Wait, am I getting wolf mixed up with something else? What's wolf used for ammo? Oh, it's ARG. So, is launcher just the same thing? That's not the launcher I was thinking of. Maybe it is. Okay, whatever. I'm overthinking this. Okay. That's a very good reason to start over here. The summoner? You only get 1 V reactor. Makes sense. I mean, realistically, once you get the V reactor up, you usually don't need more than 1. More than 1 is nice, but it's overkill. Okay. Let's see, just in terms of, is there anything unusual here? So I've got the V shield gen, which are really powerful. So, I think what my goal is going to be is I'm going to want to start... I don't have any urns, so I don't have a huge incentive to grab this terrain right away. Can I get a ton of miner? Is miners really dense around here? Let's just do a quick... I mean, this area is pretty significant. You can actually get a decent amount of miners in here, so... Yeah, you can get a significant amount of miners in here, which would actually power defenses plus 2 green arm others. I think that this is going to kind of want to be my main base, right and around the sprayers. However, I'm going to need Arg to take out the spore launchers. How many spore launchers? Oh, there's just the one. Oh my god, there's so many silly things you could do. Because, yeah, like... 1.5 red on, which would be really nice. I think that pushing over... Okay. There is a huge number of possibilities here. I think I almost am tempted to start, like... Okay, I can't start right there, but... Yeah. Like, I'm tempted just to... do something really silly and... No. The sensible thing is to start here, use the green R to push out a V reactor ASAP, along with V shield gens, and then use... The red on supply is going to be in my missile defense for the spore launchers, and I can just send the blueite into these and just drain it. They'll do whatever. And I think that my goal, just on a few minutes of analysis, not having let's start playing them out so we can actually see what the creeper flow looks like. Okay, so all of these are empty. That's fine. So there's nothing in them. Okay. This worries me. This worries me. This worries me. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I have a plan. Might not be the best plan, but it is a plan. Okay. So... basically, I'm gonna want to take this area, because this area looks relatively safe from anything except maybe the stash, but a few mortars can handle that with some cannon backup, and I will get V shields around this area anyway. I will just need to protect some of these areas with cannons because of the stash. But I'm gonna take this area, basically all of this high ground. I'm gonna also take this brown high ground, but not this purple. Oh, what am I gonna do about this hold base? Because this gets me one hold base. Oh god, holding this one might actually be difficult. Well, I think that if I can hold these... Oh, do I need these two areas if I'm just going to be pushing out a V reactor at an absurd pace? Because the alternative is I go up here, build a V reactor. I think that down is better simply because I'm limited to a single V reactor. Okay, let's just get some timings down. Oh, this is brutal. Yeah, this is pushing up at 2 minutes. Now I can get a V shield gen up. Like, I could spam out a factory before 30 seconds, and I can have a V shield gen up by a minute. So I could have multiple V shield gens up. Okay. So V shield gens, so that tells me a lot. I have enough that I'm gonna actually go for an attempt. Not necessarily to win, but to see what falls out. So, again, I would like these areas. Okay. I think this is optimistic, but let's see what happens. So, I'm gonna handle this. Because I would like this factory up ASAP so I can start building valuable things like the V reactor as well as the V shield gen. I think I'm going to use shields because I would like to push into this red-on ore and actually get a permanent source of red-on, even if that means just parking a shield here, although realistically I'm going to want a V shield over around here anyway, so I think that probably is just going to be the easy answer regardless. Okay. Let's drop a save, starting save, and let's just start building out a tower rollout. I don't know what I'm going to do with the porters, probably nothing. But let's just go through and let's see what happens. If this run works, great. If it doesn't, well, I'll hopefully learn something and I can do it, and I will fix whatever went wrong in the next attempt. Okay. I need to get that up ASAP because I know that I'm very low on time regarding this. Now I'm just kind of getting this whole, like, where do I put the V reactor? I think I'm actually just going to start nuking these. These are not worth having all of them at the very least. You lot just go on always on and just produce anti-creeper just as doing something. Okay. Come on, factory. Okay. How many V-shield gens can I sustain? Not sure. My plan is that I'm just gonna have... those three. My plan is that I will get enough power gen to start having reactors ready. Oh, well, creeper's already pushed up into there. Great. Do I want to start doing shields? Okay, and then this can connect down here, so I could get a more permanent supply of red on, which would be nice. I think that some of these low ground ones are a bit optimistic. Having this up would actually be quite useful. So I'm going to let that go in, even if it does eat into my green R slightly. I think I'm going to go and get... Is it worth getting a refinery closer to the base? Yeah, it was worth. This area is getting concerning for me. This V-shield gen, I'm not sure what died. Oh, great. Mortar there just to start pounding this. Mortar there, and I just need to start doing slight amounts of damage just to keep this down as much as possible. Is it worth getting pylon network out there? I don't know. I think that's probably worth. Shield did that. Of course it did. Whatever. I've got a cannon holding this off now, so that'll at least prevent my factory from dying in the immediate future. Okay. Now go in and invest in a refinery right there. I know that I need more than one refinery per crystal, but I'm just getting some there so that they can start collecting. Okay, losing towers, that's fine. E-shield gen should be holding things off for me. Worried that the creeper's going to kind of push up too far. These waves are going to kind of push up into the base, which is not good. But, E-shield gen. Can I get a terp to get that once this expands slightly? Oh, there's an urn up here, too. Oh, Christ. I'm not at risk of losing this. Let's get some more radon, a more permanent supply of radon. Wish I was paying more attention to what each thing was. Power this. Okay. Nothing has gone wrong yet. This looks like it's going okay. It looks like it's going towards a victory. Hopefully, I'm just underestimating the map right now. Kind of hope that's the case, because I really want a hard map. Got excited for one. Let's see if it delivers. Okay, this is slightly concerning right here. Let's get a cannon there. I need power. I desperately need power. Desperately need a lot of things. Okay, this mortar's doing fine. Cannon, go up here just to protect this area. This one's safe for now. This is starting to become a problem. I'm gonna wait until these are done. Oh, I wasn't building an urn portal. Okay, you go there. Energy collection, no questions. Once I get enough energy, this map is a victory. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's okay. Not dead yet. Go up here and see if you can collect that, unless there's another urn location I am missing. Stash is starting to power up, which is going to be a problem. I think I'm gonna... because I don't want to just have a single V-shield just for this one area, but it has a stash with 7,000, which makes it very dangerous. Such a hard decision. Once the urn portal is up, my energy gen should skyrocket. Go back one. What was that noise? Oh, I'm losing this one. Is this one at risk of being lost? I'm gonna get a shield over here ASAP along with some cannons just to hold this. Let's see if we can get this connection back up. Cannon here to protect that main... Cannon's here to protect the main connection. Probably gonna lose this one next. This is fine. This is fine. Everything is going okay. Okay. Now, what's this? This is close. So now is when I can just spam out... do 8. That should be a good number. Once this is done, my power gen should absolutely skyrocket. Okay, cannon, cannon, cannon. Shields go here. The idea is to clear this before anything bad happens to another node. What would I do with the second urn? At this point, I'm going to need cannons to hold these, mortars to do some more damage. You... whatever, you're doing fine enough. Oh. Okay, you know what? I know I just lost that, but things are going decently enough. Let's save. Did I actually give myself enough time to nullify this? I might not have. Which would make me look like an idiot. But, you know... done dumber things. Okay, let's just get this up, and let's just turn you to armed off. I think I'm gonna miss this blob nest, though. But I have a secret for that, and that is... oh. Wolf and something else. What else did I get? V-mortar. Good god, that's a lot of Liftic, but presumably these are quite powerful. Because they're built by Vertu. Okay. Okay. This is gonna eat through my dick. Once this is done, I can just start spamming out another set of refineries just to start building up V-reactors, probably. So, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna start doing that right now. Because I know that's about to come online. Go, 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 go. What's about to break? Where am I concerned about? This is gonna activate. That's gonna be a decent amount of energy loss, but... okay, I'm up at 57 energy gen. I need more. I don't need more, but I want more. Again, energy gen is the key to all of this. Okay, holding this. Okay, if I want the hold objective, I think my next priority should be to basically just establish that. Eating so much Liftic. Like, I know I was low because of the V-rods, but it looks like it's still not going up. Okay. Temporarily, go with that. Just get me enough Liftic. Does build speed make more sense? I don't know. I hate not knowing. Okay. Let's just get... okay. You know what? Oh, I am dumb. I completely forgot about the spore launcher. Well, it's a bit late now, but... Alright, not my brightest moment, but, you know, I have absolutely done dumber. Oh, these are random targeted. Cool. This is so much easier. That is actually probably worth a reload. Yeah, just on that mess up of that. So I think that, yeah, this was not enough. Where could I put this that's just still central, but not where it's gonna get stunned? Well, okay. I think that now is actually probably a decent enough time to take a step back and just be like, okay, so how are things going? So right now, I think that things are going really well. Okay, so this time, let's just get up missiles. And I think I want, once this V reactor is up, I can start getting out more refineries. And once the refineries are done, you know, I think build speed is actually worth it. Stash is gonna be dangerous. Yeah, I'm gonna want a V shield gen, I think, over here. It seems to make sense. So I mean, I'm gonna want some snipers. Okay, I'm gonna want to move this just out of the way of the skimmers because I'm dumb and I just forgot to build. I forgot to build a nullifier for him, but you know, things are still. I'm still alive. I don't need to be concerned about that yet. So, right now I've got right on income from there. And I think that actually, because I have red on income, I'm gonna want to start getting micro riffs around. So first important one, the most important one, is right next to the factory, pretty much always. Let's just start getting mortars to destroy this. Basically, I just want to out-damage these areas, so... Oh, I might have done something dumb. Because there is still going to be creeper over there. Go cannon. Just don't want to lose too much. Like, I'm fine with losing some stuff. Where are these going? They're going over all of my stuff. So this might interact with this. This might interact... No, that's going over... Well, this could be a potential issue, but it's fairly minor, all things considered. Okay. Lost a mortar to a blob, that's fine. I've got a ton of power. I should start using it to just make sure I don't lose. By the way, at this point, I think I just want to start spamming mortars around my base, just so I don't lose to something silly. Okay, double stack towers here. There, yeah, I did. Okay. At this point now, I need to kind of decide what I want to do, and I think what I'm gonna want to do... Oh, I said I would do this, and I just didn't. I'm just gonna triple up, because I want 3... refineries per green mother. I think that my first I think that just a priority of mine that I should just take is I'm just gonna aim for this advanced emitter. Oh, I have... That is a problem. That's not good. That's... Ooh, those eggs. Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, because the V-rods got disconnected from a... Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna lose this, aren't I? This is becoming a problem. Okay, I'm gonna want a V-shield gen. I'm just gonna I'm gonna build it over here for now. Okay, well... The blob nest shouldn't fire again, unless I make a stupid mistake. Did this got hit by like 7 skimmers or something. Ridiculous, so it's gonna be offline for a while. Whatever. Okay. Cannon, cannon, cannon. Mortars, I would like you to be able to start sieging this. I think I'm gonna switch out build speed for fire range right now. You just stick next to this thing and keep it safe as best you can. I mean, I will always just take more green R because I will just use it on, like, V-mortars or whatever else. Actually, I could probably just use it as justification for building a V-shield gen there. A V-shield gen there. This one's being built. Lock onto something else, will you? I've already sent 2 clusters here. Christ. Just my luck. You come over here. I realized that the eggs could have actually been going through my base, although they would have been blocked by the V-shields from doing anything too dangerous. Is this... When are you gonna be unstunned? Jesus. Okay. Get this nullified as soon as possible. Good God. This thing's just attracting eggs like no tomorrow. Alright, so this stash, I think what I'm gonna have to end up doing is putting the V-shield gen over here just to keep this stash from killing me. Which is not ideal because I would like the V-shield gen to also be protecting this area and a whole bunch of other things. Okay, all those towers. That's just been this mess. Whatever. Well, certainly did not go great, but I'm alive, and frankly, that's all I'm going to really care about right now. have power, and if experience has taught me anything, that means that I should just be spamming out whatever energy gen I can. You lot, jump down here. Your goal is to get a nullifier active on this thing right here. Still losing stuff over... Okay, yeah, this is starting to push in over here. This is because I was so concerned getting... Just over here. Oh, I didn't... I thought that would be done by now. Ugh. This is certainly not going great, but I'm alive. Okay, I still have this hold base for now, so if I can lose this one temporarily, I just need to get it back fairly quickly. Go in, get this area. Okay. I wonder if my next priority is just to get this red on, just because it's like the thing that I'm currently short on. I don't even want to know. Actually, I do want to know, because that is now going to cause these eggs to push into this area, although... Just... spam mortars. Okay. So, again, everything looks stable right now, but I was warned about this level, so I don't trust it. Okay, V-mortars are building. Again, I've got power, so in theory I should be winning. But I just feel like something's wrong. Alright. Got power, so mortars just to spam into here and just start doing damage. This exists. Maybe I want to push in and grab this. Would like to keep this area relatively clear, but I could do that without interfering with that, so I will. I still hold that one. Okay, fine. you two jump down so I can actually get more red on out of this, and yeah, I'm gonna keep that off just because I'm okay. So now I would like to clear up this area as quickly as possible, take it, and then I'm just gonna send like a bunch of cannons over here just to deal with tiny things. Okay, sniper, sniper, sniper. Okay, so it looks like my next biggest threat is over here. I think what I want to do is I actually want to take this plateau and just start mortaring everything around here. I would love to take this totem because it means that this is no longer going to get crimsoned. Okay, so the blob nest is nullified. Thank God. That was causing me so many problems. Evaporate, damn you. Okay. You are actually getting fairly close. One more V-Shield gen. Where do I want to put it? Okay, I think I'm going to put it here just to kind of hold this area as best I can. You want... Yeah, I'm running out of red on. I'm doing this the other way, just so I can stay connected in a relatively efficient way. Let's take this. This is still alive without any defense. This is why you actually want to be over here, so that way you don't need to actually care about defending yourself. Okay. Mortars, let's just put you over. Let's just spread you out. Just start doing something. Cannon, protect this. Actually, no. Cannon, protect this as best you can. You move up. That wasn't close enough to get the stash. Let's try there. So that's just going to push Creeper up into this area. Whatever. This is actually going to keep Creeper off the stash, relatively. Okay. So, managed to get that. I don't know what V-mortars do relative to normal mortars, but I'm just going to assume they're more powerful. Looks like they relatively are. Especially if we just kind of look around of how clear the area is around them. Huh. Well, I've got a ton of Liftic coming in, so let's just build the remaining 5 and we will figure out even lock the nothing technology. Thank you. Okay. Still don't have any... Hold on. That'll actually get me an income of red on, because right now I am annoyingly low. What did I lose? Oh, I never built a missile back over here. I really would like to take out the Spore Launcher right now. Because realistically, the spore launcher is the only, like, the egg spam is the only thing which is actually a threat to me right now. Well, shield is not enough. This is what mortar spam was for. Okay. Let's fill this area. Well, let's just keep this. Let's just keep cannon defense on the nullifier, because that reactivating would be particularly annoying. Okay. This is when I need to start being careful, because I don't have this backup hold base anymore. So I need to basically just keep all of the hold bases clean. I don't think I need this here anymore. In terms of just creating a network defense, I think I don't need to do anything over on here with these. I could put this over here just as like an uber defense, but I feel like that's overkill. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fly this over here. I'll reposition the shields once they're over there. I think... Let's move... Don't need porters. Move these up. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can just get this down there, because I would love to push into this advanced emitter. I think that a shield right there would let me do exactly that. Okay, now come back over here. Okay, I'm aiming to take out this emitter. Also like to take out this emitter over here, which honestly might actually go better. Okay, so that is a very big height difference, so I'm going to need a pylon for that. Okay, that'll get me even more red on, which... Did this get destroyed by something? Am I blind? Well... Oh, I don't have much liftic. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That's... Well, that's probably fine. That's mostly because I'm just spending it all on this. So long as these don't fail, I mean... Let's just disable these until my liftic supply goes back up to more than sufficient. Okay, I have an opportunity to build 4 miners, so I will build 4 miners. Do I just need to keep, like, just a littering of cannons everywhere around here? It's infuriating. Okay. Right there, activate, and I'll deal with the consequences of what goes where later. still waiting for this map to just destroy me in some way. Like, I was so ready to just kind of have, like, okay, I need needing multiple attempts. I'm almost disappointed. I wanted this thing to just destroy me, and it just didn't. Well, whatever. Can't always get what I want. Still a fun map. But yeah, I'm just being overly cautious at this point. Just oh well. So yeah, I think at this point it's mostly just cleanup, which it would be cleanup if I actually could remember to build missiles. I've got one right there, which is good enough. Okay. Well, mortars just to destroy this pool right here. Okay. Well, I'm glad I left the cans over here. How big is that spore? Oh, well, that's gonna be annoying, because I do not have good sniper coverage because I took out the blob nest and skimmer factory and then just completely ignored it that I did that. So let's just shore up sniper defense. I've got the energy, I can just spam stuff. Okay. This is protecting very important things. But I might be ready to move it. Okay, so that stash went off. I have good defenses everywhere, so that should be fine. Well, whatever, I'll just... Alright, you two jump down there, and I'm just going to build a connection there. Okay. Forgot to switch those back on when my liptic supply got better. And let's build a nullifier. V-Sniper. That sounds like fun. Build 3 of them over here just as a front line, and I'm just gonna trust them to take out all of the eggs for me. Okay, let's move this up as much as I can with the goal of taking out this advanced emitter because it's producing 400 creeper per second. And climbing just because they're two decided that that's how that should work. Okay, well, this is... I'm just gonna start placing these around. Yeah, I'm not sure what my goal should be, so I'm going to get the hold. I'm not going to go for nullify, because that's just going to take forever. Oh, I would like to get this, though, because that's just going to stop eggs. No, I'm giving up on placing towers super efficiently, just there. Where'd my turkey? I don't care. I'm still trying to play efficiently. Okay, once I take out this advanced emitter, my next goal is going to be this totem, because that gets rid of the crimsonator, and then I'm going to push up from here into the spore launcher and this advanced emitter, and I don't. I think I'm just going to go for reclaim. Reclaim seems like the easiest. Yeah, at this point I'm just being overly cautious. You're now on the offensive. You're moving up. Okay. So our goal is this. Yeah, I mean, thing looks like it's just going really well. I don't even know what else to say with this. Okay, well. So yeah, I'm just gonna start leapfrogging these shields up, get this. I hate that sound because I always think I've screwed up. Up, shield. Yeah, my goal, like, okay. I'm gonna start pushing up into this just because this is a significant amount of threat. Well, it's not really, but it's... Yeah, it's just default. I don't know why I'm worried. Alright, let's just start sieging this. Cannons go forth. Alright, what objective am I close to achieving? Because I'm gonna get hold. That was kind of my main goal. Get holds. I could rush collect. I could just beeline here with V shields. I'm gonna take out this, I'm gonna get those, so I'm gonna probably, I think I'll go for collect and reclaim. Oh, Christ, that noise is gonna get on my nerves. I suddenly regret building those. Wait, Vertu's usually pretty good at this. I do not see a disable sound function. You move up here, because this area is kind of closer to what I would like to do. Alright, so... yeah, at this point the map is won, so I think I'm going to start going over kind of a bit more of my philosophy of what would have happened. So, I was fully expecting, based on the description I got, to lose this map the first time around. And I kind of did. I did need to restart when I just botched it and lost my lap. I was expecting something a lot more thorough, though. And what I was hoping is that that would actually let me, like, that was, like, the entire goal of what I was doing with this was I wanted to get a run which would tell me information, which would tell me what I messed up, what would I need to improve to get a successful run. That was what I was aiming for. As it turns out, this run was just good enough to get the win. Don't get me wrong, I made a ton of mistakes, but they were not mistakes bad enough to force me to restart. Well, I guess unless you count the reload from having my lab stun. That was certainly not my brightest moment. Okay, now let's get this nullified because Spore Launcher is... yeah, I'll get that done in time. So I need to worry about the shield. Okay. Sniper. Yeah, I mean, let's try building a rocket launcher. Why not? What's in the box? Yes, the V nullifier. I think that this actually destroys units. Okay, let's destroy that. Oh, maybe this is just a mobile nullifier that will actually just quick nullify stuff. What else? Because P-flems are really loud. I don't want them. I'm gonna win. I don't need to destroy my eardrums in the process. Okay. Let's make sure all those are landed, and I'm going to move the shield up and basically just try and get this area. Okay. Sniper, sniper, sniper. So yeah. The hell is this line? Oh, the rocket launcher is just targeting that. Okay, that makes... He's just staring at it like, what is that? Alright, so let's get into this advanced emitter because it's producing 500 and climbing, which is a bit unnerving, but you know. It's got a minute. I think I have enough time to do that. I hope I have enough time to do that, because I'm doing it. Let's see, that's there. Hopefully. Well, if not. No, 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 no. You're not activating the breeder. Go away. Go away. Hiss. Close enough. Okay. Okay, you're not doing much there, so I'm gonna start moving down with the... I guess I'm gonna... Wait, am I really just gonna be pushing up for this totem? Well, at this rate, I'm actually gonna be very close to nullify. I'm just gonna need to get this emitter. Whatever, I guess I'm going for all objectives now. Okay. Now I've actually got a decent platform with which to launch my attack from, so I'll take out this. Next goal is going to be to power this. There. I'm actually curious how that works. I'm curious if it'll actually kill it. How do you... Well, if that gets destroyed in a minute, I'll know what's going on. Alright, well. There's Nullify. So that will actually get me the required objective with, you know, just over 22 minutes. Not too bad. It's a powerful emitter. I think the summoner's a bit too late, but... Well, let's build it, because the summoner is fun. Again, I'm probably not going to get an opportunity to use it, because I'm almost done. But there is a reason that I almost started over here. Because the summoner is ridiculously powerful. And not in like... I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Because the summoner is a very weird unit. Because it doesn't do anything on its own. It's a summoner. But what does it summon? It summons some of Vertu's most powerful units. And of course, because they are Vertu units, they use Liftic. But so that's why I was so excited when I saw it, because the summoner is basically your win condition. Is a single unit win condition. I went with one of the cheaper options. It's still going to take a few minutes to appear. But the stronger options within the summoner are insane. Now, mind you, they take like 10 minutes to actually build, but they are powerful enough to probably take on, like, an entire half of the map on their own and supply their own power. But it's the eternal one of if you could get it, if you could actually get them up, if you could actually survive building one. What am I pushing towards over here? I don't even know. I'm not gonna bother. Come over here. Jump down there. Beelining it to this, and then... actually get this? Cool, I can get that. Alright, well. Go. Alright. So that should get me nullify. Oh. Well, I guess that's moving now. Let's move that there. And yeah, realistically, I think I'm just gonna be pushing up from here anyway, so let's just get that going. Alright, so there's nullify. Huh. Thing's not straight. Okay, so it looks like this just is a flying nullifier. Okay. Okay, and at this point, I just need to push in for this last totem, and that will be all objectives. Cool. Well, so yeah. Yep. Well, said it a few times just to say it once more. Kind of disappointed. I was hoping for a really hard map because I could actually show off how a lot of the usual things go. Is that once I actually play a map once, I get an idea of how things usually work out, what strategies work, what layouts work, what killed me, what caused problems, what worked well, and just kind of figure out all of those combinations. And once I have those combinations, I start working towards a better strategy, and my strategy iterates upon itself and iterates upon itself until I actually get a win. On this map, as with the previous one, the first attempt just worked. And it was mostly just a case of I just played efficiently enough that that wasn't really a concern. So there's a win. All of the objectives in the 20 to 30 minute range. I don't know. Maybe it'd be interesting to actually try going up here to actually see how that worked, but I feel like that will just inevitably be a I'm turtling here for 15 minutes and then I got my summoner to build me a actually got one of the fighters here. But yeah, it's like I got the fighter, I got, the R fighter, which is ridiculously expensive, and the second I get an R fighter, I just win. Which I think would be boring. It would definitely be harder starting up here. Like, this area just gave me so many resources, just if I could actually hold all of these areas. And it was a bit of a task to actually do it, and I did lose several things and have multiple problems. Half of them were my own stupid things of, like, just completely forgetting to nullify the skimmer factory, and I almost lost the hold objective a few times, but yeah, just how long this stayed safe let me just do whatever I wanted for a while. I don't know. But yeah, with the early game, I'm trying to think if there was anything obvious that really happened. Like, I think that part of one of the things that I messed up, and one of the things that I would have optimized a bit more if if I went again for a second round, is I would have actually taken the V-Shield gens and I would have actually started placing them just to figure out where my V-Shield gens would be, in what order, to actually properly defend against all this. Because one of the things that I didn't reset for, but I would fix in a second run, and if it was actually causing me problems, is losing this tower. And I would have just put the shield just a few units back, because this point down here was over defended. I was paranoid about the creeper coming in from over here because it could very easily push into here. I just never even considered losing this tower because I thought, oh yeah, I've got a V-Shield gen that didn't quite reach. I don't know. There was a lot of things that I absolutely would have improved in a second run, and I would have gotten a much better time if I did, but my goal here was to just beat the map. I didn't come in here going like, I'm gonna go for a super top tier time. Yeah, I could probably go on for hours of all the things I would have done. Like, one of the other ones is just the urn that was up here. I would have just sniped that very quickly and would have probably got energy collection done in around the same time the V-reactor was. Wait, did I get that done around the same time the V-reactor? I mean, I would probably get it way earlier if I knew I could, because it was so easy to get. I just saw it on the low ground, just kind of assumed, oh yeah, that's gonna get taken. I just kind of ignored it, and yep. But, like, just going over all those things, like, the idea would be is that if I had failed this mission, like, if I had gotten cracked in around the 10-minute mark, I would probably have made all of those fixes, cleaned up the build order a lot more, and just, gone back, loaded the start save, and implemented those changes. But, as it is, didn't need to. Hoping for harder maps in the future, but this was absolutely a fun one, if not quite at the difficulty level I was hoping for based on the description. But with that is all for today. Have a great day, and goodbye.